lovelies. Come on in. Let's get busy. Who is here? I fully expect this to show that people are going to be showing up. I don't see anybody yet. Hello, hello. There it is. Hello, hello. There's Denise. Hello, Denise. Happy Soulful Saturday, by the way, everyone. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hi, Carla. Thank you, Rebecca. I had it done today. This is we're back in the real world. Feels good to get rid of those roots. Hi, Marguerite and Kathy. Pamela, thank you. It's cut, and it's not me. I didn't do it. Hi, Nora. Hi, Maggie. Margie. Good to see you, Martha. Happy Saturday. Hi, Lucy. I probably missed a couple, but if I missed you, hello, hello. Hello, Mary. We're all here. There's Maggie. Hello. And there's Liz. Thank you. Hey, Paula. Come on down, y'all. There's Catherine with a nice happy face. There's my girl, Yolanda. And Joanne's here. Thank you, Joanne. I know. I saw Margie and I said Maggie instead of Margie, but I saw you. Hello, Pam. Yes, it is fun to get pampered again. Anna's here. Jan's here. Yes, it's new hair all day long. Hi, Arla. Hi, Denise. Thank you. It feels so good, you guys. It's like I feel like myself again. Just did it so fast. Well, I'm looking for a house because this is rental. Terry's here. Maggie loves my hair. Thanks, Margie. You like it too. See, Margie and Maggie right together. Yeah, I'm looking for a house because this is a rental house, and at some point we're going to want to have a house. So it's going to take some doing, so we're looking. So there you go. There's hearts and a wave from Anna. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paula. Well, I had my hair done today, you guys. It's the first time I've had my hair done since January. Just proves how long we can go without having it done. The gal that did it she has a little house, and you are the only person in there, just you and her, and both masked up and all that. So I felt really good and safe. Plus she like did this really fast. She put the foils in for the highlights first, then she did my roots, and it was done like in half the time and half the money. So I'm like, you are my girlfriend for life. And we were talking about nutrition and all this, and she wants some help. So I'm going to end up helping her out. And I'm just delighted. I've met a new friend, Robin, right here in Brevard. So, let me just tell you about these mask things. So people are making all those cute cotton and whatever kind of ones. I use the paper one. The paper one is the best one for breathing. And I hate wearing masks, just like you do. But, we do it because we do it. And this is the longest I've ever had to wear a mask. So, I did fine. And I'm claustrophobic, and I have all kinds of things going on and all of that. But if I can do it, anybody can do it. We just suck it up and we do what we do for our fellow man and woman. So, speaking of men and women, guess what? Our new quote of the week is here. And our new, it's nice to be looking at a fresh week ahead of us and looking at, how we can really finish this sprint with everything that we have. And I was thinking about this today, and I was going through the sprint and on Facebook and reading everybody's stuff, and it's just so encouraging, It's so encouraging when you find people who are just willing to go out there. They're willing to go out there, and they're not making excuses. They've made a commitment. They have made a commitment. That changes all the things, doesn't it? I want to talk about that a little bit because, you know, making your commitment's everything. Because when you make a commitment, everything shifts and lines up according to that. All of a sudden, the excuses just lose their whatever, you know? And I have seen the biggest difference in those who are making excuses and those who are staying committed. Guess who's getting results? Funny how that works, isn't it? It truly is. So let's talk about that today because, you know, a lot of times what happens is that our commitment gets lost in the shuffle because we're so busy building up excuses that we don't even think about going to the place of commitment, right? Because we're living in the past. We're going to talk about that. I think this might be a little bit of a key, or might be a little bit of a hinge for one of those big doors that you've been trying to push over, you know? Seriously. So let's talk about that today, shall we? First of all, you know, this is day 6 of the sprint, isn't it? Day 6? I mean, I don't know, right? We do 7 days. It is day 6. We're almost there. Hold on, you guys. Do not give up. Do not give in. Stay the course, stay the course, stay the course. I'm telling you, it is isn't it worth it? Lovelies, all you lovelies out there who are doing this, how much better do you feel? We had, I think it was Letha who said, you know, the beginning of the week, I had all this joint pain. Today, nothing. I wonder why. I think we've figured that one out, haven't we? We figured that one out. Now, I don't know what did I just do with my hot melt mix? Well, I guess I put it on here. Well, hot melt mix is the supplement of the week, by the way. If you buy 3, you'll get a 4th one free. We've been going through a lot of them, but we still have them. Do not let this escape. You know, that stuff it's not our cheapest thing, you know, because there's a lot that goes into it. You've got exogenous ketones, which keep you in ketosis, by the way. You've also got electrolytes, which help the hydration quota. You know how important this part is. If you don't have your hydration dialed in, you're not going to be losing the weight. So I want you to have all of these things. This is a tool. This is one of the best tools and one of my favorite things. I drink it daily. Right around this time is when I start drinking it. You know, just right before 1 o'clock, I prepare my hot melt mix and I get it in. Because, you know, you've heard this before, that athletes need Gatorade and all this. They need their electrolytes, but the rest of us don't. Well, that's just not true. We all need them. Electrolytes are just necessary. More electrolytes are necessary for athletes. That's all it is. But we need to get it in. We need to get it in. Plus, if you're transitioning from being a sugar burner to being a fat burner, you are going to be feeling pretty damn crazy, right? You're going to be feeling pretty crappy. You're going to be feeling a little achy, a little pains, your stomach, all of it. But guess what? You can make this feel so much better when you drink this stuff because the aches and pains go, the electrolytes take care of it, and you get into ketosis faster because the ketones are in it. Pam's asking, how much do I drink it? I drink it once a day. If I work out, if it's a workout day, I drink it twice a day. And no, we don't have any of the old flavor left. No, we only have the orange. That is it. That's all we have. So, you know, I would suggest, I like the cucumber just as much as you do. But we could not get that flavor straight. Couldn't get it straight. But the orange is on point. And you can make it taste delicious by adding other things to it. You can do the true orange, true lemon, or whatever with it. You can do whatever you want with it. But one of the things that I do, this is really delicious. See my Pellegrino? When this is down to about half, I will fill it up again with Pellegrino. Oh my gosh, it is so delicious. And it's refreshing. And it's a nice break from drinking all that water. All that water. And I'm telling you, electrolytes are good for your whole system. I mean, it's just amazing. So, anyway, Alrighty, so anyway, the sprint is still happening. You can always sign up. You can always get it. We just do it as a group. And the reason that we do it as a group is because as a group, we grow together. As a group, we encourage and support each other along the way. As a group, the whole group lifts up, isn't it? You can feel it because a rising tide lifts all boats. Have you heard that before? Well, that's us. A community does everything. A community is something that's extraordinary, it's special, and it helps us to feel connected and a part of. We're not isolated. We're not by ourselves being lone rangers trying to do this by ourselves. We need each other. Red alert. And if you haven't learned that from the pandemic, we need each other. That's how we're built. It's in our DNA. And this is one, Joanne's right, this is one great group. And then we have our smaller groups that splinter off. We got to Take Back Our Life groups. These are the coaching groups that I do, and they are even more extraordinary simply because they're smaller and they're tighter and they're a little bit more intimate. And it's amazing. So I love this stuff, and I love being able to gather my chicks because I am a mother hen and say we're doing this together. And that's what we do. So that's how the whole thing works. And don't forget that if you order $200 worth of supplements, and if you do get our newest supplement of the week, which is the Hot Milk Mix, there's buy 3, get 1 free. You will get ships free. If you put ships free in the promo window, you will get that for free. You will get it free. And the other thing that's so incredible about that is if you looked at the weight and saw how much it cost us to send it to you, you should jump on that bargain because it doesn't matter what you put in the box. You could put everything in the kitchen sink that we have in our cart in your box and you will get it sent to you free, just as long as you live in the United States. And if it's over $200, you also get the new Mindful Mug. It's also a Mindful Mug, Pinkies Up cup. Everybody's going crazy about this. Pinkies Up. I love this cup. It's our newest thing, and it makes me happy. The old one's been retired. This is the new one. And when that runs out, who knows what's next, ladies? Who knows? All right, so Friday's Q&A. If you have questions, go ahead and send them in to support@savingdinner.com, and in the comment line, right there in the subject line, just put question for Leanne on Friday. Ask anything, cooking, nutrition, whatever, but do it because I will answer your question on Friday in detail. And we always have a big show and it usually lasts for a while, but if you don't send in your question, you're not going to get any answers, right? So do that. And that's what we have for you today. And don't forget, if you signed up for the webinar and you haven't watched it, go watch it. savingdinner.com/webinar. You can still get in on the Hot Milk Club. There's a special deal going on. You can check it all out because we have some really good stuff going on. All right, so new quote of the week. You know it. It's the new quote of the week. What is it? Hey, I found this one. It's a Ben Franklin quote, and it had the word he in it. I changed it to she. Yeah, don't you think that's a little bit okay, right? All right, so here it is. She who is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Bam. Drop the mic. Bam. And that kind of spurred on, when I found this, that spurred on what I thought I was going to talk about for today because, here's the thing that we always have to be looking at. This is just absolutely 100% critical, is that our commitment needs to be worth something. We need to be able to take that commitment to the bank. But here's the problem that we have. So many of us spend so much time building and executing excuses as a reason for not getting around to what it is that we said we were committed to. Yes, yes, yes. So I was listening to, I don't know if you guys ever listened to T.D. Jakes. I love him. I think he's wonderful. He gets into it and he's banging down the doors. He's banging down the doors and he's letting you know what's what. And he said that if you are committed, you throw your whole self into it. You throw your whole self into it because this is a part of what your dream is. Get that? Think about it for a minute. At the end of every commitment and at the end of every dream are the same two things. At the end of a commitment is a dream. At the end of a dream is a commitment. The two go hand in hand. And when they go hand in hand, they get the job done. That's what our focus needs to be on. And again, we're always looking at what we focus on expands. If we are focused on the wrong things, we are not going to get it. If we are focused on the things that do not make it work, if we're focused on the things that don't work and the excuses and everything else, that's the world we're going to build. We're going to be building it one sorry brick at a time. And it's just sad because it is the road to nowhere. It's the road to just a bunch of flimsy old excuses. Oh, I just can't. Well, you know, maybe I could have done it if it was last week. Well, this week, I just can't because I've got all these things going on. Maybe if I'm just too old, well, I'm too fat. I tried that. That doesn't work. I can't give up my bread. I can't give up my cheese. I can't give up my cream in my coffee. I've heard it all. Over and over and over again. And you know what I always hear too? I hear from these women for a minute and then I never hear from them again because they're on the carousel of crazy and they're on to the next thing and they're going around and around and going nowhere, and there's going to come a point in their life where they're going to have some big fat regrets. And you know why? Because they relied on their excuses and they never got down to the nitty-gritty of what that commitment was all about. When you're committed to yourself, you see yourself with different eyes. You see yourself as a woman who's strong. You see yourself as a woman who's committed to seeing something to the end. You see yourself as a dreamer. And when I say a dreamer in a good way. A dreamer of somebody who has a dream for what they want in their life. You know? You see me, you also heard me say 1,000,001 times that it is not all about the genes. Right? It isn't all about the genes. But those genes are a nice little goalpost along the way, aren't they? And feeling good in your skin is a nice little goalpost along the way. And all the benefits that outweigh all of those excuses just don't mean a thing unless there is a commitment behind everything. Because the commitment is what's going to make you see it through. The commitment. It's everything. It's putting all you've got into that. It's putting all you have into what you want. It's deciding you're worth it. It's deciding that is worth it. It's deciding attaining this is going to be better and more fulfilling than just that moment of excusing yourself from the pain. Terry said, excuses are the nails that built the house of failure. That is such a good quote. I like that. Golly, I might have to pack that one in too. We get stuck, you know, and we get stuck and we don't see that we're building a house of failure. We don't see that. We don't understand that those excuses, we think they're legit, right? Because we have a lifestyle of excusing ourselves from doing the hard things. We have a lifestyle of that. And yet we can know that at any point that when we make that decision to go forward, to do the hard thing and to stay the course even when it's hard, that is going to build up our decision muscle making. You know, when we make decisions that are for us, that are pro you, when we make those kind of decisions, it builds us up inside. It builds up our self-esteem. It builds up our self-worth. It builds up the strength inside that we never knew we really had. We get to experience what that feels like. We get to experience what it feels like to have some pride in ourselves, some pride in seeing it through. So you have to ask yourself these questions, you know, as you're doing these things, as you're coming up with the reasons why you can't. And when you start doing that, just start asking, is this true? Or am I really giving it everything that I have? Is this true? Is this excuse true? I mean, you know, heaven's sakes, if you told me, you know, I was on my way, I was doing all of this, and then suddenly I had to drop everything and take a kid to the hospital, and here we are, you know, I'm not going to be hammering on you. But I'm talking about, you know, the common stuff. Well, it's just not a good week. I didn't have what I needed. It's so hard. My husband does this. He sabotages me. It's all because of him. Well, I can't do it because my kids won't eat the food. I can't do it because I can't is a paved road to failure too. It's a paved road to failure. When you fully invest in yourself, you play full out. You know, you get out there on the field and you leave it all out there. I've been doing that with the gym. This is what I do with the gym. Now, I've been kind of a little bit wary of the gym again because we've got COVID cases going up here. But, you know, I'm hearing that if you go early, nobody's there, and I might just keep attempting to do that. But here's what I know. When you realize and you look at the clock, this is how I do it with my gym, and this is how I get myself to the gym. Because I have an excuse every time, all lined up, ready to go. You know, I don't feel like it. I've got so much work to do. I don't have the time, you know, which legitimately, I only have 24 hours in a day and I sleep some of that, you know, legitimately, I am a one-woman show pretty much. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. Poor Jenny, she's like, no, you're not. But I mean, there is, when I look at what I have, my to-do list is just like frightening, you know. I make all kinds of things. I can make all kinds of excuses. But then I say, you know what? I'm just going to go put my gym clothes on. I put my gym clothes on. They're laid out from the night before. No excuses. Gym clothes are on. Shoes are on. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to show up, and I can do an abbreviated workout if I want and then get back because I've got so much to do. And this is the whole thought process, because the thought process is, I'm going to sabotage you. I'm going to take this all away. But I make little negotiations along the way. I'm just going to get dressed to my workout clothes. I'm just going to go to the gym and just do a little bit. I'm just going to do this and I'm just going to do that. And then when I get there, let's play full out. You know, I'm there. I took all of my excuses and negotiated with them until I showed up. And when I show up, I'm there. Everything I have, I'm going to leave it all on the dance floor, sister. Every time. I do this when I teach my classes. I do this when I show up for you. I always, in my mind, I have an intention. What's my intention? My intention is to penetrate your excuses today. My intention is for you to see how worthless and how hollow your excuses are today. And I'm here to say to anyone who's listening, if this is your way of life and you don't have the life that you want to live, let's re-examine that, sister. Not to put you down, not to say you're awful, not to say you don't have, you know, you don't have any reason to be on this planet, but to call you out on what needs calling out. Don't you need that? I know I do. I get called out and I accept it. Sometimes it's hard and it's painful, but I'm going to tell you what, when I get called out on something that's missing or something that I'm not doing, I take a good look at it. Because one thing that I have learned in all of my years on this planet, if somebody's seeing something, I'm probably already feeling it myself. I just haven't had the brave heart to look at it. Yes, Jenny is very creative. You should just see what we just were in Slack about just a minute ago. She's a genius. She came up with some pretty neat stuff. Just wait. Just wait. I want you to look at it this way. When you sign up for the experience, for doing the sprint, are you here because you want to have a participation trophy? You just want to stand there in the field like a little first grader on Little League, holding the glove, just not paying attention, and the ball comes hurling at your head and you just run from it because you don't want to get hurt? Or are you going to be that kid that is paying attention, catches the ball, and plays full out with the other kids on the team and gets the first place trophy? That's the thing. I don't want a participation trophy. Participating is just basically breathing air. You know, participating is just basically taking up space. I want you to play full out in everything that you do. I want you to see and taste and savor and enjoy the juiciness of all that life has to offer, because it's offering you all kinds of stuff. Open your eyes. Stop allowing the excuses to rob you blind of the life you want to lead. It's that simple. I know what you want. You tell me. I read your, you know how many thousands of women I've privately coached? And I've read their intake forms. That intake form has been the same for 15 years, by the way. And I read them. And there's on the form, it says, is there anything else you need to tell me? You wouldn't believe the stuff that gets put down there. You wouldn't believe the stuff. So you know what, I look at it this way. I remember one time that a long time ago, I said this to a woman that I was doing some life coaching with. This is a few years ago. And I said, you know, I feel like I am under the table, not sitting at the table. And I'm getting the crumbs. I'm not eating a meal. And that came from my excuses. My excuses. Because at any time, I could make a choice to stand up and not be under the table taking the crumbs. At any time, I could be sitting at the head of the table, creating the menu and ordering it up at any time. Because it's simply a decision that you are done with all of the excuses and that you are making a full commitment to your heart, mind, and soul. Because let me get this very plain to you. This is it. If you don't see the connection between what you're sitting on, what's in your ears, what's in your heart, and your soul, you're missing the whole thing. Because it's not about a plan. It's never been about a plan. I can use this plan show you all the research and the scientific evidence to support the reasons that we do things the way we do. It gets you quick results, makes you feel better quick. And that's one of the things. That's one of my impetuses to get you into this program. I want you to feel good. But I know that it's not a plug and play thing. You got to deal with this business. If you're not dealing with all the garbage that's in your head and all the excuses on the reasons why not and all the obstacles and all the people and all the other things, what good is that plan? You know, you might as well take it through the printer and throw it into the shredder right away. Plans are just possibilities. But in your heart of hearts, when you make a commitment and you decide, I am going to do this, I am going to figure this out, and you start using some of the tools, and you use the tactics, and you use the supplements, and you use all the teachings that are available for you, then you're going to start seeing a new way and a new path, and it's no longer are you going to be held hostage by your own excuses. You got to buy into this, though. You got to buy into it, and I'm going to tell you what. There's reciprocity involved here because life will turn it back to you. Life will give you what you're seeking if only you just put it out there. Because remember this, we have the reticular activating system that's constantly looking for evidence to support the things that we're thinking about. Always, 100%. So if that's the case, then if you're putting out the right stuff and you're dismissing those excuses and say no more of that and giving a full commitment, can you imagine? Can you imagine what is going to be happening? And I just see blessings from heaven coming down. I just see these amazing coincidences happening for you. I see suddenly it becomes easier for you. Suddenly you figured out a solution to this. And suddenly you're no longer making those excuses. You're living that vibrant life that you so desperately want. Full in produces a blessing. Full in commitment gives you that which you want. You know, it's like marriage. You know, you can bail out it when you have your first fight, or you can stay in it. And at the end, you get the fruit of a long, long time commitment, right? Are you casual or are you committed? That's what T.D. Jakes says. Is this just casual or are you in a committed relationship? Are you in a committed relationship with yourself? A committed relationship that you're willing to take it all the way? I don't care how much weight you have to lose, honestly. I really don't. And I don't care if you got a list of, things going on with you this long. Let's knock it out 1 pound at a time. Let's knock it out 1 ounce at a time. Let's knock it all out. Because you are going to be here anyway. Wouldn't you rather have vibrancy in your life? Wouldn't you? You can do that when you decide that the excuses just aren't going to hold you back anymore. Not at all. So are you willing to pay the cost? Are you willing to be a little uncomfortable? Are you willing for it to get a little hard? Because I'm going to tell you this, that he who shows up for his own life, or she who does, shows up for her own life, is the woman with the hearts. You know, she's the woman with the hearts in her hands because she's now loving herself. She's the woman who has what she wants because she's attracting it in. Pinkies up. All out commitment. This is how you get to where Joanne is with 50 pounds lost. This is how you get to the place where you're starting to see, and Joanne's going to tell you, okay, 50 pounds are gone and that was her goal, but her life's different. Her life's different because it's vibrant. It's exciting. The possibilities for having what she wants is great. She's able to be there for her dad. You know, you can't be there for somebody else if you can't even be there for yourself. Show up, commit, and do everything that is within your power to be the committed, strong woman that I know that you already are. You just haven't made that decision yet. I'm asking you to make it today. If you're going to make that decision, I want to see some pinkies up. Pinkies up, ladies. Let's go with that. What do you say? All in? Committed? Done with excuses? Ready to just take this whole thing in and have this be your way of life? Doesn't that sound so much better than a bunch of excuses and a bunch of reasons why you can't get anything done? Can't get the house cleaned up. Can't get this. Oh, it's my husband. He's a mess. This, I'm exhausted just even trying to give it lip service. But I'm telling you what, every single woman, and I'm 62 years old. I've seen it all. I have coached thousands of women. And I'm going to tell you this without a shadow of a doubt. With every single woman that I've counseled since 1993 to today, every single one of them who has what they want and gets what they want have been absolutely committed. They've worked through the hard stuff and they've said, oh, heck no, to their excuses. So you put your pinkies up and you play full out. I want you doing everything. I want you in the sprint doing it. I'd love you to be in Hot Milk Club. You can still join. Go to savingdinner.com/webinar. I want you to get the supplements. I want you to get a body clutter buddy. I want you doing it all the way, because all the way is what will get you the results. All the way. You can't do that. I mean, can you imagine doing that in a marriage? Well, I'm almost there. I'm just kind of there, but I'm still going to flirt with this guy over here. You know, I know we're sort of committed. We said I do, but I do and I also do this over here. Nope, not gonna work. Well, I've got news for you. That's how this works too. Committed all the way. Heart, mind, body, soul. Everything changes with your commitment. Hand to God. I've seen it. Hundreds and hundreds of times. I've seen it. And I want that for you. This is what we need to do. What do you say? Let's do it, girls. We've got this. Thanks so much for joining me, and thank you so much for your support, for sharing these videos, for being the type of women that you are that play full out. It's my privilege to serve you. So listen, if you don't forget that we're getting toward the end of our supplement of the week, buy 3 hot milk mix, get 1 free. We'll put it in the cart for you. Ships free is your promo code. Don't forget to use that because you can fill up your cart with anything that you want. And I'll send you a mindful mug. With the pinkies up. Go have a wonderful day, you guys. And remember, we're done with excuses. We are done. Love you. Peace be with you.